Welcome to Sam's Lawn. I'm just a regular guy like you that geek out over my lawn. I'm no expert by any means, but I enjoy looking up information about my lawn, how to do stuff, what to do, when to do it, and I would like to share that with you guys, and maybe together we can start dominating our neighborhoods with our lawns. So for today, I want to talk to you about irrigation. I've been wanting to come up with a better irrigation system for my lawn. Today I am using one of those oscillating sprinklers, which I think most people have. I've been using it for years now. It's a Gardena one. I like it a lot. It does the job. The only problem with it is that I have to move it around a lot. So for my yard, which is roughly 2,500 square feet, I have to move it at least 4 or 5 times, sometimes even more, depending on if there's a lot of wind. So when there's a lot of wind, it won't go exactly where you want it to go. So then I have to move it about 4 or 5 times. And since I like to water heavily each time in one area, about an inch once a week, because you do want to water less frequent, but when you do water, you want to water it deep. That way you get the roots to go deep to search for the water. If you just water often and shallow, then the roots will just stay there because that's where they can find the water. So I want to water deep, so that means for me to cover my entire lawn, it will take at least, I don't know, 5-6 hours all day long. I have to move it around a lot. So I thought I wanted to try to do it some better way. And when looking into it, I realized I kind of want these sprinkler heads. I know Ryan Knorr made these, where he bought spikes and put Hunter MP rotators on them. So an above ground irrigation system. So I started looking into that, but I mean, that would be the same kind of problem. I mean, you have to put out the spikes every time, you have to set the nozzles correct. So I don't want to deal with that, pulling all the hose all around. So what I really want is an underground sprinkler system, but above ground. So that's what I realized, that's what I want. And of course, there's nothing like that. There is one brand called Quick Snap, which is exactly what I want. It's an underground sprinkler system which you don't need tubes and piping for. You don't need to bury anything, no digging involved. So that's what I really want. But of course, Quick Snap isn't available in Europe. In Sweden, it's not available. So I have to come up with a different way. So I thought maybe I'll build my own Quick Snap system. And the reason I don't want to bury any pipes, I mean, I live in Sweden. We get a lot of harsh winters. When I say Sweden, you think of snow, ice, and hockey, of course. So during winters, it can get down to 20, 25, even 30 degrees minus in Celsius. So my thinking is that every winter, some pipe is going to burst, going to break. So every spring, I have to dig that up, fix it. And I don't want to deal with that. Maybe that's not an issue with PVC pipes. I don't know. I've never used much of it, but I don't want to even risk it. So that's why I'm going with the above ground system, but I wanted to perform like it was underground. So my idea is I want to use the Hunters because they put down less water than normal systems. They put down, I think, 0.4 of an inch an hour, and that's perfect for my lawn because my lawn has a lot of holes in it. It's not level whatsoever. That's another project I have coming up. So that means if I put down too much water at once, it will just end up and pooling in those deeper spots, or at the end of my lawn I have a drainage. It slopes down, so it will just wash off. So I like the MP rotators just because they put down less water, so you have to increase the cycle. But that way I can ensure that the water I do actually put out actually goes into the soil and into the grass and doesn't run off. Alright, so how do you do this? So as you can see, I bought a lot of stuff. The best thing about it is that everything is kind of cheap. It's just a lot of stuff, but everything is pretty cheap to buy. So what you need to do this, you of course need the spray heads. You need the Gardena Y connectors or any other brand, it doesn't matter. And of course you will need, there it is, the MP rotator nozzles. So what you want to do is these spray bodies, which are PRS 40, I think that's the PSI 40 that it indicates. So what you want to do with these is they come with a flush nozzle. So you use this flush nozzle to flush out any dirt or anything. You just pull that up, screw it off. I think this is a side strip one. Since I have a side strip, I want to try it out and see how it works. And then all you do is just screw that back on. That's it. And then you'll need one of these swing joints to put the spray body on. And to avoid any leaks, you'll need some plumber tape. So you put the plumber tape on here and you just screw this on. That's it, you have one done. And I have another one here. So this is what it will end up looking like. And to them I have attached these Gardena quick connectors to get my quick snap system, of course. And I've also bought 50 meters of Gardena hose. These MP rotators also come with one of these adjustment tools. So just let me show you how that works. So if you want to adjust the angle or where you want it to actually spray, you can adjust it like this. And if you want to adjust how far it sprays, you can adjust that here. If I get it in, of course, there. I think it's 4 turns to lower it and 4 turns clockwise to increase the range. All right. So when you have built these, then you can use one of these Y connectors. So what you do is you put your Gardena connectors on your hose. So you'll have one here, and then you'll have one here. So the hose goes into this one, and then you need 2 more that connect to these. If you want to add more to this, then you'll need to buy more of these connectors. I have actually bought 3 or 4 because I want to see if I can divide my lawn into 3 different zones. I would like about 4 or 5 of these in my backyard, which I call zone 1, and then 3 or 4 of them on the side strip, zone 2, and 2 or 3 of them on the front lawn, which is not big, so that will be zone 3. So instead of moving the oscillating sprinkler all the time, then I have 3 set zones, and for each one I just have to put the connector in to zone 1, the hose end connector, and that will run zone 1. And when that's done, I'll pull that out, put it in zone 2, and that will run zone 2. That's the basic idea. If that works or not, I have no clue. That's what we'll find out. So for first step, I actually want to test this out before I dig anything underground. My idea is to connect the 4 or 5 of these and run them just above ground to see how much my water pressure can handle. I have pretty low water pressure here, so I actually want to test this out and see how many of these can my water pressure actually run. So normally, if you knew me, I would just get these, get them out of the box, screw them all together, and I would have buried these within the hour just to find out that it doesn't work the way I want it to work, and then I have to dig everything up again. That would be typical me. Just ask my wife. Every time we buy IKEA furniture or anything, I take the instructions, throw it out.
Uh-oh, retard alert!
And I'll end up building it pretty fast. And then she comes, has a look and says, "Isn't that backwards?" Yes, it is. So I'll end up just having to undo everything and rebuild it. I actually built the desk a couple of years back. I was so proud of it. We bought it quite late in the evening, came home, and she said, "Well, we'll build it together next day." Of course not. I'm a DIYer. I take it out of the box. I wanted to build it within an hour, fast. So I put that thing together. She went to sleep, woke up, me being mad, because I built the thing outside of the room it was going in, and of course it wouldn't fit through the door. I didn't check that before. But this time, guys, I'm going to be smart. I'm actually going to test this before I start burying it. Now you could say I haven't tested it, and I've actually bought everything already.
Uh-oh, retard alert!
So that's mistake number 1. If this doesn't work out, I have no idea what to do with all this stuff. But I mean, hey, some risks you just have to take. Hopefully it will work out. So for next video, we'll put some of these together and we'll test it out, see if it works, and then I can bury it. Hopefully without having to redo it. But I mean, that's the DIY lifestyle. That's what we do. We build stuff, we redo it. Sometimes it doesn't work out. I mean, that's fine. It happens, but sometimes it doesn't work out. So we'll see. All right. Thank you guys for watching. And please remember, it's just grass.